We can map the human genome, predict storm trajectories across the Pacific, and measure subatomic particle spin. Modern science has mapped out a strict set of rules that govern the physical world. Yet, across India, there are specific isolated locations where gravity, fluid dynamics, and basic engineering principles fail to apply. We are looking at massive rocks that float in water, fabrics blowing into oncoming winds, and thousands of tons of stone hanging suspended in midair. These physical anomalies are active today, continuing to baffle the engineers and geologists who study them. These sites present a reality that current physical laws cannot yet account for. The first category of these anomalies involves architectural defiance, beginning at the 16th century Lapakshi Temple in Andhra Pradesh. The complex is supported by 70 columns, but one of them carries no load. The hanging pillar hovers detached from the ground, allowing visitors to test the gap by sliding a cloth straight under the massive stone base. Further north, in Madhya Pradesh, sits the Kanaknath temple. Local history claims this towering structure was rapidly assembled in a single night by unseen spectral forces. The physical construction of the temple is equally strange. The entire structure is built without a single drop of mortar, a precarious stack of dry stones. If you try to lift just one rock from the base, the entire temple begins to shake. Yet it has survived centuries of earthquakes and severe weather. These sites suggest that ancient builders possessed a grasp of load distribution and structural balance that modern engineering still struggles to replicate. Other locations feature natural elements that deviate from their expected behavior. At the Kanaknath temple in Puri, the flag mounted at the top of the main dome constantly flutters opposite to the coastal sea breeze. The structure also features an optical anomaly. Regardless of where the sun sets in the sky from sunrise to sunset, the main temple casts no visible shadow on the ground. In Rameshwaram, the geological rules break down. Heavy boulders associated with the legendary Ram Setu Bridge sit floating in containers of water, refusing to sink despite their density. The most extreme example of nature bypassing a sacred site occurred during the 2013 floods in Uttarakhand. Rushing water and debris tore through the mountainside, and the entire region surrounding the Kanaknath temple was leveled. The temple remained intact because a massive boulder washed down the mountain and precisely wedged itself right behind the structure, splitting the raging current directly around the temple and shielding it from the impact. At these sites, the environment behaves in ways that preserve the sanctuary, deviating from its own laws of erosion and destruction. The final category moves past physics and into biological impossibilities, where carved stone appears to exhibit signs of life. Every day, thousands of people line up at the Tirupati Balaji temple to witness a specific phenomenon. The primary stone idol of the deity secretes moisture, requiring priests to regularly wipe away actual sweat from the carved granite. The Venugopala temple in Mysore holds an acoustic mystery. If you stand near the walls, you can hear the crisp, distinct notes of a bamboo flute echoing from within the solid rock, despite the lack of any hollow chambers or vents. At the Kamakya temple in Assam, the deity reportedly menstruates once a year. During this window, the waters of the nearby Brahmaputra River turn a stark, deep red. In the southern city of Madurai, visitors to the Meenakshi temple consistently report an unsettling event. Numerous eyewitnesses claim to have stood before the main idol and watched the stone eyes of the goddess physically blink. In one remote Shiva temple, the sanctuary attracts a living presence. Every day, a venomous snake slithers into the main chamber and curls up in front of the deity for exactly 5 hours, during which all human entry is halted. Inside these walls, the distinction between a carved idol and a living entity becomes difficult to define. For decades, geologists, acoustic engineers, and material scientists have scrutinized these sites to find a rational mechanical cause. They consistently come up empty. The power of these temples is visible in the physical and spiritual extremes devotees will endure to witness them. Reaching the temple in Nashik requires a climb up 117 vertical steps cut into a sheer cliff face. In Chhindwara, reaching the Shri Radha Devi idol involves navigating a deep, claustrophobic cave network. Those who complete these journeys often report a profound spiritual peace the moment they reach the site. To millions of people, the fact that these temples remain a scientific impossibility is the ultimate evidence of the divine.